In this video, we're going to be talking about vehicles we use in our roofing businesses. A lot of you guys have been hitting me on YouTube and Facebook asking questions about some of my vehicles, advice, what I recommend and stuff like that. So I want to break it down. What kind of vehicles do you really have to have in your roofing business? What's better for every day? There's 4 major types of vehicles you can buy. Obviously, there's something for sales. It doesn't really matter. It can be everyday commuter like a Prius. Then you have heavy duty trucks. Then you have repair vehicles. Usually it's a smaller service types like minivans or utility vans. And then, of course, you have a big cargo vans. All of those take place in our businesses depending on what stage you are right now. If you're getting started, you can't have all 4. I have a luxury to choose today. We have a fleet of 7-8 different vehicles in a company right now. But when you're getting started, you have to consider all factors. What's the best vehicle for you? Let's talk about it. So I'm going to start with the number one, the one type of vehicle that I think absolutely beats them all. It's a utility service vehicle. Right now you have Mercedes-Benz just came up with one mattress, something that I'm considering buying myself. Obviously you have Ford Transit Connect, Dodge Pro Connect, they call them. We have Nissan NV200. As a matter of fact, I have all of them. All of those are really good options, and for me personally, it's number one. They're really good on gas. I would put Minivan right next to them as well. Cargo van like Dodge Grand Caravan makes one. So those vehicles, I call them utility vehicles, service vehicles. They're small enough for guests for use every day, for estimates, for my sales guys are using them. You can put production manager in them. It's the most versatile vehicle you can buy for your business. Obviously, if you're saving a lot of money on gas, you can just do more appointments. You're not going to think twice about taking appointments further away, especially in the beginning when you drive a lot, or if you live in bigger markets and you spend a lot of times in the traffic. I highly recommend you to find something economical. It's also a really good perception from potential homeowners. When you come to them, people look at you and they just think that you're smart. You're saving their money. You're saving your money, you're not wasting it. It's actually really good on maintenance as well. There's not much to them. They're simple, they're cheap. I bought mine brand new. They were like, one was $20,000, it was Dodge. Another one, it was $25,000 for Transit Connect 2 years ago. Others I bought used. It doesn't really matter. When you compare it to like big trucks, for 60 grand, you can buy 2 or 3 of service utility vehicles. Another thing, what I like about them is they have really big walls. I call them moving billboard. So you can wrap them. They make really good impressions on the highway, especially if you have a good name and really sticky design. So all of those pretty much beats all other vehicles that you can buy today. Of course, you're going to be limited what you can do. You cannot haul trailers. You cannot do something really big, like you cannot put too much in them. Your payloads are not going to be super big. But for every day, for repairs, for estimates, nothing beats small service utility vehicle. Number 2 on my list are minivans. I know minivans are not popular, but who cares about them? You have amazing sliding doors on both sides, so they're really wide, get in, get out. You know, you can put 2x4s in them because they're so long. I mean, minivan is great. I would be careful what kind of minivan I get. It's one thing when you get Honda Odyssey versus like Dodge Caravan. For me, Dodge Caravan, it's actually not just your regular minivan, it's actually a cargo van. The one I bought for my business a couple of years ago had the steel deck. I think you can get one for like $20,000 in Texas, almost brand new these days. So they're not expensive. They're actually more powerful than your smaller vehicles, utility vehicles. They're going to have a 6-cylinder, so it's a little bit smoother. You can put actually plywood sheets in them, you know, pretty much load them up. So minivans are awesome. Depends where you are. I see a lot of construction companies are using minivans for sale. There's a reason for it. If you're in sales, you're going to have a lot of shit in it and start piling up fast, like samples and yard signs, what's not. So having more cargo space obviously helps. You just have to make a decision as a business owner if you want to drive a minivan for work every single day. Number 3 on my list is trucks. I'm not against trucks, I just don't like efficiency of the truck, unless you have a smaller truck like Toyota Tacoma or something like of that nature. But overall, big trucks, they're just too big for everyday use for me, unless you have a trailer you have to haul on a regular basis, unless you're involved in production and you constantly have to be bringing materials to the job site, maybe hauling them, maybe grab a pallet, then yes, you have to have a truck. But for everyday use, I don't think you do. And like a lot of guys are buying trucks because they have kids and you want to put car seats in the back and you want to use it for every day. Totally fine. My preference would be to have a truck and a service utility vehicle. So one is for everyday use to run errands, and heavy duty truck just to do heavy duty stuff, what it's made for. But I would not be buying $60,000 truck. For one, it's a lot of money. For two, perception also not in your favor. A lot of people will look at you like, okay, here's just another big contractor. Like I said, I would rather have a perception of the service guy on a service vehicle than perception of the big contractor on a big truck. This is just me, this is my humble opinion. You can do anything you want to do in your business. And the last one on my list are big cargo vans. I love cargo vans, but you only need them if you have really good service department. So if you have a service department, if your team constantly does repairs every single day, for sure buy big cargo van. Like Nissan NV is one of them. I mean, Ford Transit, those big ones, Pro Ram. I mean, there is a lot of good vehicles on the market right now. Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. I mean, diesel beats almost everybody now. So Mercedes-Benz was always my number one option. But at the same time, like Nissan NV will do the job. I mean, any big cargo van will do the job. But you have to justify it with enough repairs, with the employees who are running them on a regular basis. And the same thing, you have big walls to wrap. Make it count. Make sure you invest in that wrap. It's going to cost you about $3,000–$4,000 to make it a running billboard, but every time it's going to hit a highway, people are going to see it. Every time it's in a neighborhood, people are going to see it. You're going to get free exposure. So big cargo vans are absolutely must for bigger business. Again, if you're in the beginning, you can get away with the smaller utility vehicles. I don't expect you to go and buy a truck, utility vehicle, and a cargo van. Again, after a couple years in business, I have a luxury to have all of them and compare. In your business, you kind of have to have a little bit of everything for different purposes. It's just different tools to do different jobs. Let me know what's your favorite vehicle. If you have one right now and it's absolutely the best, change your world, change your mentality, change the way you do things, comment below. I would like to hear from you. I also would like to hear feedback on the newer models like Mercedes Dmitry. If you have one of those, let me know in comments below. I'm considering it for myself, like I said. So let me know what you think about newer Sprinters or other newer vehicles that just hit the market in the last couple years. Comment below, give me one of these if you like my content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.